am actually getting some things together. I'm getting these decks together to see what do the people want? What do our spirit guides want? What do they want to hear from? What do we need to hear from them? Okay. All right. Getting the big decks out. It is also going to be the astrological New Year, and so I'm looking to see what all I need to bring to the party. Okay. It's so far it's giving very hoodoo. I'm gonna have to look for these the meanings of some of the cards. I actually need to put this in the shop. It'll be in the shop in May. Coming soon. Hi y'all. This is Astrolyszics. I'm here with your new moon in Pisces and astrological New Year. Pick a card because it's a double whammy. No wonder I got so many. It was a mess. So many cards on my desk. Let's get some kind of order to this. My goodness. All right. So I'll be using the lineages of tarot. The naked truth. Okay. Let's take out the lineages of tarot. I don't take these out often. Okay, this is usually it's special occasion, which it is. I want to be the solstice as well. A lot is happening. So I also I don't know. This moon feels personal to me. So we will see what all entails, what happens, what messages come through. May the messages be clear. May they take us farther than we expect. Because a new moon is about new beginnings. We were shedding in the last reading. So if you don't remember what you were shedding, all that good stuff, then, do what you do. Check the last reading. Get a refresher. Maybe check to see if something hit and it resonates now. All of that. That's the purpose of these. Hello. Hello, friend. Welcome. Welcome you. Welcome me. Welcome everyone. I see some peoples up in here, and we're getting ready. So, for those who just got here, definitely preparing to celebrate not only this new moon, but this new astrological new year. And so, welcome. I might not see all of your comments once I get locked in here, but just know that if you are here and listening, I appreciate you. Because sometimes I feel like I'm talking to myself. And so, about this new moon. This new moon is in the sign of Pisces. And so, people might feel a little bit like escaping or not being in the current state of things. So just be mindful of that. But also you might feel a little bit softer, a little more sensitive, or willing to get into your sensitive side. And so let's begin. This will be a 3-card pick a card. Making sure there's only one. 3-card pick a card. And let's talk about Pisces. Pisces is a water sign. Pisces is also a mutable sign, which means allowing for you to pivot, allowing for, with new understanding, changing your mind, right? The other thing about Pisces is Pisces lives in between realms. Pisces isn't necessarily just like a regular fish. Pisces lives in between the living and the ethereal space. So they live kind of in that in-between liminal space, or what we can call the veil. And so sometimes when you meet a Pisces, Pisces might feel a little like they're not necessarily always here with you, right? Or they prefer to be elsewhere mentally, physically, and of that note. They kind of live in their own frequency. I think of Pisces and I think of like how people say time is a social construct. Yeah, that's definitely Pisces. The other astrological thing that's going to be happening, there are a couple more things, but just to keep it simple, is the astrological new year starts in Aries season. And so you might feel more energy. You might feel like it's go time. As Aries season comes, there's a lot of Aries energy happening right now. And you're going to be able to feel like you can do things that maybe you didn't have the energy for before. So, all right. One more card, please. And let's see what these decks are talking about. All right. So this is deck 1, deck 2, deck 3. I also go live because it's so much easier to do so than recording and uploading. It just takes so long. Ooh, that's really nice. Okay. So these are the crystals if you need crystals for a physical, like a visual thing. Actually, yeah. So we have green aventurine, right? That's for card number 1. Flower agate for the Santa Claus here. And we have, is this what I think it is? Ocean jasper for card number 3. So let's get started. All right. So this is for card number 1. Yeah. So we have our naked truth. We have the 10 of fire. Yeah. And we have the 6 of diamonds. And so I'll look up the 6 of diamonds, but let's begin with this 10 of fire, which I think is I love this deck. The lineages of, what is it called? The lineages of change. So the 10 of fire came out in the reverse, right? 10 of fire usually represents the 10 of wands, and it's usually represented as like burden. And so the fact that it came out in the reverse says that there is a completion. 10 talks about completions. It talks about endings, moving things forward. Here we are. Yes. So this is what it says here. Keywords, right? Accomplishment, stress, excessive activity, oppression, and burnout patterns. So in the 10 of fire, usually in the Rider-Waite, they're carrying all of these wands And sometimes it can be kind of like self-sacrifice, or carrying other people's projections, responsibilities, and burdens. And so, in the reverse, you may be committed to decisions that push you beyond your capacity, scared of what would happen if you just took on enough and did that well. How do you ask for help? How do you respect your own capacity? Eartha Kitt, you use all the manure that has been thrown on you and use it as fertilizer. And the herb, the healing herb, they recommend an herb, is echinacea, which is healing, observing, strengthening, pleasure, support. Consider brewing as a tea for sipping or bathing, or steep in witch hazel as a face toner, or infuse with honey. Place the flowers and leaves on the altar. So, for this new moon and new year, for you specifically, deck number 1, it is the end of carrying and being other people's emotional punching bag, or overextending yourself. The season of not having boundaries around your personal, your own life, but self-care, how you take care of yourself, how you support yourself, and kind of letting other people run your life for you is done. Because this came out in the reverse, right? Suffering por gusto, just for suffering, is done. Pisces can have difficulties around boundaries, and so Aries doesn't. Aries doesn't have an issue around, it's about me now. And so reclaim yourself, because you've already done all of the other stuff. What does it look like when you take care of yourself and take responsibility for the life that you desire to have, right? Then we have opponent here. Overcome obstacles, discuss strength and truth, which means you may have to have discussions of like, this is what we're not going to do no more, right? People may not like your boundaries. People may not like the restrictions that you are now placing for your energy. But when you take care of yourself, you are a better person for yourself and everyone else. And so, start this new year off refocusing and reclaiming your inner power. And, oh, I need to get another deck. Hold on. They want me to, let's see if I can grab this. They want me to get another deck. All right. Let's see what else. So I'm using also the Gentle Tarot. The Gentle Tarot. So let's go with one more card. If people don't like your personal reclamation, or you saying, hey, I don't have the capacity for this, I can do X, Y, Z, or being able to just say no, maybe some of those people were benefiting from you when you didn't have boundaries. That's the truth. And when you take care of yourself, right? When you reclaim your energy, when you take care of yourself, when you say no, you say yes to everything that has been waiting for you to come in. Harvest of Cups. This is also a 10, basically. And so, Harvest of Cups, what has been wanting to come in for you, and it may have been, it is winter time, and so it may have been a couple of difficult months, if years, right? But by being able to kind of put a energetic protection and wall around you, your ships start coming in. You have and you make space by saying no to others because it's an overextension, and you make space for all of the yeses that have been waiting for you to say so, right? The green aventurine here, this is actually a seer stone, or a window stone, and it's coming to the shop soon. And green aventurine is for heart healing. It's for gentleness and care. It also allows like a calmness, but for the most part, it's being able to provide compassion to yourself in a way that is grounded. And so, last but not least, card number 1. We have here the 6 of Diamonds, which would be the 6 of Pentacles in my brain. What is that? It's like a badger or a fox. And I think of the 6 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Pentacles is kind of knowing the dance between overgiving and also allowing yourself to receive. When I first read the card of the 10 of Fire, it's asking for help. How do you ask for help? Right? Do you allow yourself to receive as much as you give? This is a season for recalibration if the answer is no. All right, so 6 of Diamonds. 6 of Diamonds. Earth, adult, so you might be an earth sign or have earth placements. Fall, midday, the future, physical world. The mesmerized blue. This blue is an escape artist. This world is full of traps, and this spirit knows how to evade them. But there are times one cannot survive whole. Toni Morrison also discusses this. Where survival comes at a cost, this is a spell to recall lost powers, our most tender parts, and even our wildest dreams, without maps or breadcrumbs. It can take time, but that is time well spent. Another layer to this is take your time coming back to yourself, right? Sometimes you have to say no. You kind of have to put on that do not disturb sign in order for you to be able to come back to yourself, in order to not allow breadcrumbs, in order to say, I'm coming for everything that I desired and I wanted that I may have had to put on hold temporarily. And it's okay if you don't survive whole, but you can put more pieces back together when you have the bandwidth to do so, when you ask for support, when you ask for help. You don't have to go it alone, but you also don't have to be the lone person working and overworking and overextending and overgiving to maintain relationships. If somebody don't like it, that's their business. That's their business, okay? So that is card 1. If you missed some of it, you can get it on the replay. But that is for the new moon. So let us head over to card number 2. And that was the green aventurine that I will be adding to the shop later in spring. All right, so we have this flower agate Santa Claus. I don't know if you're feeling nostalgic, people, but flower agate is for inviting in receiving energy. So maybe if you're card number 2 and you skip to card number 2, you might want to do card number 1 if it called to you. But it's yin energy, it's receiving energy, it's being receptive, and allowing yourself to soften is flower agate. All right, so first card out is silence. You may need a season of silence. The 7 of Fire reversed, and they have me pulling extra cards. So, and the waters covered their enemies. There was not one of them left. And it's right next to silence, and it looks like it has an 8 of spades. Which to me, 8 of spades, I don't know. 8 of spades could be 8 of wands and or swords. I know some of my folks that listen in. Ooh, why do we have a high priestess reversed? Let me get one more. Y'all got me working. Deck number 2 got me working. Oh, okay. So, just off of everything that's here already in the high priestess, you may be underestimating how powerful your voice and your intention and saying things aloud is. For some of you, you might be spiritual folks that do some kind of work. You might be prayer warriors. But be mindful that what you desire, what you say aloud, what you claim for yourself, makes things a lot more tangible than you think. And so let's look at silence, because it's calling to me. So we have silence. Let me actually check. Live chat. Hey, look at that. All of these folks. Just keeping my eyes on the comments. So, silence. Nerium oleander, I think, is the flower. This flower. Facade, lethal. Stoplight, halt. Extinguisher, control, restrict. The potion is resolve, but I think resolve is like being steadfast, right? So, y'all might get this reference or not, where it's like, shh, be quiet. Tonight is the night that we ride. That might be the energy, right? Do not announce your moves aloud, right? This might be a season of you moving in silence. I feel like I've told y'all this before. Making moves in silence, not broadcasting everything that you have going on. It feels like people have their eyes on you, and not necessarily in the best way. And that's really weird, because I don't really talk about that a lot. But being intentional with how you move, how you decide yourself to be perceived, with the steps that you take. Maybe this new moon and this new astrological year will find you moving forward in an intentional kind of way. In a way that doesn't need announcements or external clapping and validation, but you're moving based on how you desire to move. It may only make sense to you, and that is just fine, right? The obstacles, right? And the waters covered their enemies. There was not one of them left. Psalm 106:11 might be that the obstacles that you have been dealing with, people, places, things, right, are no longer. But it does take you kind of keeping things to yourself. Clubs, spades. Let's go to spades. All right, 10 of spades. I'm gonna have to look for this. Y'all lucky I have my little Espanol Bible here. 106:11. Telling you, y'all got me working. Where is the Psalms up in this thing? Salmo. I'm gonna be opening this thing often enough. I know my grandma's like, girl. Almost there. 105, 106:11. Ok, cubrieron las aguas sus enemigos, no quedó ni uno de ellos. Entonces creyeron a su palabra y cantaron su alabanza. Listen. The second line after this is, and then they believed. They're referring to God, but like this might be you, right? And then they believed their words and sang their praises. This is why sometimes it is better to move in silence. Sometimes people don't see the vision, don't have the vision, can't follow the vision because it is yours and yours alone. Moving with people that understand the importance of whatever you're doing, be it you're a creative, you're an entrepreneur, or you're really just going against the grain. I actually released a podcast episode about going against the grain. Seven of Fire reversed. Challenge, good results, integrity, courage, stability, determination. In reverse, you may be throwing obstacles in your own path. This is why they're like, shh. Sometimes our subconscious is afraid of taking action, moving forward into the unknown. Sometimes we have to be reminded what is worth the effort. How do you face inevitable challenge? Ultimately, Ruha Benjamin, captivating technology. Ultimately, my hope is for you, the reader, to imagine and craft the worlds you cannot live without, just as you dismantle the ones we cannot live within. Toni Morrison, the very serious function of racism is distraction. It keeps you from doing your work. It keeps you explaining over and over again your reason for being. Hence why I stop explaining. Cayenne, observation, movement, courage, warmth, removes obstacles, heats things up. Try a pinch in hot chocolate or combine with dark chocolate for a treat. Used to season food as part of a spice rub or in sauces. A decorative and practical braid of dried chili peppers can adorn the kitchen or the altar. Get things moving. Move that stagnant energy out of your spirit. May have been sitting for too long. And so if you feel like things haven't been moving for you, it might be oversharing can be part of the problem. But also not using discernment. Because the high priestess is usually the one who knows. Is the one who is locked in and in tune with themselves. And you can't do that when the world is too loud. Okay? So the overall consensus here is lock in with your inner wisdom. Don't over announce what you're trying to say. Be receptive and have seasons where you don't like engage with too much sound. That way you can get the messages that you need. If you felt a little bit lost or like nothing's moving for you, it might be that you haven't given yourself time to listen. Also, if you were interested in card number 1, please check that out. We're moving and grooving. Card number 3. Shout out to the people that did pull up for however long that you were able to pull up. And we are on card number 3. So, oh, come on, card number 3. I really love this card. Oh, I love it. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna just put this little. This is so big. Axolotl, something like that. Axolotl. So we have sneaky. Oh, we're missing one more card. Sneaky. And then we have the Mother of Earth and the Ace of Diamonds. I feel like this is you're moving into here. Oh, let me see. I want you to see that Ace of Diamonds because new beginnings are happening for you. You may eat. What is it? Even if you don't believe it for yourself. Yeah, look at that happy little guy. All right. Good things are coming for card number 3, and that is for sure. It may have been a long time coming. I also think of sneaking not necessarily as somebody else who's sneaking around. It could be, right? Life takes us in different roads, and this is a general reading, so but for me, what it looks like is that you don't even know what is on its way for you. You don't know the magnitude of the blessings that can be coming in. But what you need to do and continue to do, yeah, this is Ocean Jasper, is go with the flow. Ocean Jasper invites you to follow the rhythm of life, right? Deal with the ebbs and flows, but the flow is coming. This is a season of flow coming in. And so let's see, what do we have? Sneaky, masking identity, hiding self under cover, beware falsehood, a big cup of caught you. So even follow the clues, assess. Even if there is something like suspicious afoot, you'll be able to clock it. That's literally, I don't know if it's a crow. It might be a crow or a raven. But that is an intuitive species. They be knowing. Then you have the Seat of Cups, who's just like, I'm gonna hang out here, I'm gonna feel things out, I'm gonna enjoy myself, and like allow. Otters literally sleep in the water, right? And so they're allowing the ebbs and flows to ebbs and flow. And so do that. What hasn't been revealed to you will, right? So I want to go with the Ace of Diamonds, actually. Let's go back to Grandmother Baby's guidebook. All right, so King of Diamonds, Jokers. Okay. I'm going to click on the link. Ace of Diamonds, which is a new beginning. It is a crow. So crow, fall, midday, the future. The crow blue. This blue is never what it seems. A shapeshifter, adept at ferrying spiritual matter into the physical world and vice versa. You're more powerful than you give yourself credit for. It tricks the contents of both worlds to trick the devil. And so, you might meet people's like, well, to be devil's advocate, and you'll be able to see through the BS. Point blank, period. We have the Mother of Earth. But also I think it's new beginnings while knowing how you need to proceed and move going forward, right? If somebody has always told you, oh, you're so whatever, or you're sensitive, or you are, and it's a superpower. You're able to tap into things. You're able to feel things that a lot of people may not be privy to. Allow that to be your information source and your data on how you move forward, especially with what you value and finances, because we have the diamonds here. Seat of Cups, emotional refilling. And then the Mother of Earth, which would be the Queen of Pentacles. So there's a lot of values, resources, sturdy foundations coming up here. So you're about to be on sturdy ground, but don't let nobody play you for a fool. Okay? All right, so the Mother of Earth. Practicality, security, tangible healing. There is a symbiotic relationship between your practicality and the security that will exist in your life. In balance, the Mother of Earth is a tangible healer of the deck. And I want you to see this. I mean, I know you can see it, but like closer. Like, yeah. The future is led by the practical people who can see the abundance, possibility, and solution in any conditions, right? Making $1 out of 15 cents. Hone your practical eye and skill set. There's a couple of, everything here is looking, is seeing, is paying attention to. Even though Seat of Cups here is like waving. And so there might be some in your face messages, notifications, signs that you may have not seen before or might be clearer moving forward. I'm going to read the in reverse just in case this is what you're getting out of, the space that you're getting out of. You're feeling insecure without realizing the solution. You may be caught up in impractical dreaming. Don't resist learning the skills you need to know. There's a balance to this, right? You already have what you need because this is in the upright. You don't have to keep learning. You don't have to reach this new goal to become whatever you're trying to become, whoever, or expand or what have you. You got all the tools. Act like it. And you might be overlooking a tool. The thing that feels so normal and natural to you is your superpower. Everybody can't do that. There may be people who can, but no one can do the thing like you do through the lens of how you exist. What is often called exceptional ability is nothing more than persistent endeavor. Be relentless with what you want. Keep going. Some people don't even have your capacity to do certain things, but because they tried. This reminds me of like Will Smith in one of the songs, Dreams, Dream 2, whatever. And you hear a soundbite and he's like, there are people more talented than me, more whatever, but I show up every single day. I'm practicing. I'm doing this. I have a crazy work ethic. And it's not an addiction to work. It's showing up and giving your best every single time, especially for the things that you deeply desire and are passionate about, right? Practicality is great, but not if it is an excuse to not live fully, to not engage in the things that you do dream of, that you do desire, right? What is impractical is thinking it's going to fall out of the sky. But what a dream is hey, there's a road that you can get on, and that is the big house at the end of the road. What are you willing to do to get there? Are you willing to try things that you haven't experienced before? Are you willing to stretch and expand your capacity for creativity, greatness, awkwardness, whatever it is? How bad do you want it? And can you get there more whole than you think that you can? Instead of only, doing the soul-sucking 9 to 5, and that's all, because it's the thing that makes the more sense. You have more time than you think you do. Are you willing to commit to a fulfilling possibility? I don't know. And then the herb that is here is marshmallow, and that's an actual herb. It's actually good for your stomach if you're having gut health issues. Nourishment, comfort, compassion, inner strength. Believe in yourself. I'm going to put a podcast link in the notes, in the description, because I talked about going against the grain, and I think this matches up. Marshmallow adds a moisturizing element to a bath or a foot soak. Steep in cold water and add to lemonade or tea blends. And it is not, marshmallow is like sugar, but like marshmallow root. And that is what that looks like. And so, that is the reading, y'all. I feel like I was on the whole time. And so allow yourself to be in your flow state. Believe in yourself and do not let your insecurities sneak upon you. You have more capacity to surprise yourself than you think, but also be discerning and pay attention to the vibes around you. It feels like all of the cards built up from 1 to 3. I feel like it was all building up to this card, but like new beginnings are truly coming. Believe in yourself a little more. Connect to your altars if that is the type of work that you do. Pay attention. Protect yourselves. And I wish y'all the best. I think it's going to be like happy solstice, happy new moon. That is today in Pisces, but also allow yourself to feel your way through instead of glossing over it. You don't have to be ready to begin. You just got to begin. I will see you in the next moon. Yeah. Oh, and I guess collective reading. Whoa, we got a couple of things. Let's see. Nope, I ain't doing all of these. Okay, these 2 cards. So we have the 7 of water, which is the 7 of cups, and we have the 3 of earth. I have been harassed by the 3 of earth these days, but let's see as a collective reading. And I also have timestamps for the folks that came at the end. Let's see. Let's do the 3 of earth because it's here first. I'm closer to that right now. Let's do it. The 3 of earth, collaboration and working together. It looks like a braid, right? What do we have? Freedom is not freedom without care. Did you hear that? Freedom is not freedom without care. Alexis Pauline Gums, Healing Justice Lineages. The herb spice is garlic. Strengthen, protection. Many parts make the whole. Strengthen numbers. Try growing a pot of garlic. By planting some cloves from the grocery store, use liberally in seasoning foods, fresh sauteed, slow baked into a luxurious spread. We weave ourselves together through our labor, our care, and our shared experiences. What can we offer to each other? What do we need from each other? How can we make each other's soil more fertile, each other's work easier? We don't got to do things alone, y'all, and I deeply believe that. 7 of water, goldenrod. That is the goldenrod. Abundance, stimulation, glitterati. Life is golden, glamour. I need this. Infuse into oil for pain-relieving massage oil or make into a salve. Use for dressing candles. Use oil. Can be brewed as a respiratory tea. Mind you, check your herbalist, check your everybody's. I am not a doctor. You have to imagine it is possible before you can see something. You can have the evidence right in front of you, but if you can't imagine something that has never existed before, it's impossible. Rita Dove, Academy of Achievement. The way that I live my life based on this. Keywords. This makes me actually want to. Y'all got me working. So, 7 of Cups. There is a role for fantasy, an important one. Everyone deserves a vision of what they want, to have the sweetness of their longings manifested into dreams. I really love this. Sleeping and waking. Use fantasy as a tool to get in touch with what you really want, what your deepest inner self needs in order to feel satisfied in this life. I think that's phenomenal. I'm actually trying to look for a card in a different deck, because that was the first time that I saw the Seven of Cups of like dreams and desires. And so if you have a desire and you haven't seen it done by anybody else, or you know it feels so far away, why not take a micro step each day towards it? Why not see how close you can get to it? Not in a asking for your disconnection of being here, right? Of being present and being where your feet are, but like being where your feet are is cool, but the moon is in Pisces. It's okay to dream. It's okay to be a part of the magnificent landscape of possibility. The reason why we talk about literary elders, we quote books, we love movies, we get to see what is possible. And that is how we get free, y'all. Imagination literally has built bridges to all the things that we have been able to experience. Our freedoms, love, joys, hell, even theme parks and video games, art. It all comes from allowing ourselves to rise a little bit and not disconnect from the world, but maybe even tap in closer to the world. Tap in so deeply into the roots that we get to, finally found it, that we get to a state of bliss that is hard to experience alone, disconnected, and when we're a little too present, right? Not present, because present doesn't put you in a stressed out state, but it's so worried about past and future that we don't get to fully just breathe in the now. This is what I was looking for. This is the Seven of Cups, and this to me, they both give the same energy of like a dreamy, fantastical, imagining type of space. And so to the collective, allow yourself to imagine. May we allow ourselves to love and remember that we desire love in whatever way that is. Doesn't have to be romantic. But may we also allow ourselves to desire connection and community and work towards that, right? Dream. Just because the world is burning, you think people weren't dreaming? The world has been burning for years, a millennia, because ever since humans been on it, it's been burning. So why not dream? The job landscape is crap. It is awful. Why not go after your dreams? Give it a try. Time will pass anyway, and no one in the elders that I have met is like, I should have been more practical. I should have not dreamt more. It's go living. And so I am off my soapbox, y'all. I hope that we all have a beautiful new moon and beginning of a new astrological new year. Dream a little. And I will see y'all for real, in the next moon. I'm saying goodbye like old folk. All right. See you next time. And thank you for listening. You're gonna have to come back in the rewind. I guess last few things, you can check out astrolyszics.com for your crystal needs. And everything else will be in the description box. Like, share, subscribe, tell a homie, and bring a homie.